Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to IIS Delhi Institute. We are launching a new program which will focus on the MPSC preparation for those aspirants who were preparing for the UPSC exams earlier. ठीक है, name of the program is MPSC Bridge course or MPSC SETU course. So by the name itself we can understand that this course is specifically designed for filling the gaps in UPSC aspirants preparation who are willing to give the MPSC exams. As we all know, MPSC exams has adopted the pattern and syllabus of the UPSC exams, but in some topics it has mentioned there will be special reference to Maharashtra. In the traditional Rajya Seva or Rajpatrit exams also, you might have observed that questions nature is largely factual. Also, since special reference to Maharashtra has been given, we need to prepare Maharashtra specific subjects like polity from Maharashtra's lens, then history from Maharashtra's lens, geography from Maharashtra's lens, economy, then environment, and most importantly current affairs. Okay? So that additional part will be covered by our MPSC Bridge course or SETU course. Let's see the important or salient features of the MPSC Bridge course. The course will start from today only, that is 14th February. Basically today we have kept a demo class or seminar. Actual classes will start from next Saturday and the classes will be conducted every Saturday between 2 to 6 p.m. So 4 hours classes will be there so that you all will be free to conduct your UPSC preparation as per your planned schedule, and only thing you need to do for the extra MPSC preparation is come here and sit in the class. We will teach you all the MPSC specific portions of the syllabus, topics, and also we will help you in memorizing those topics in the classes itself. Okay, so the class duration is of 50 hours. So for approximately 12 weeks the class will go on, and the schedule is 4 hours class every Saturday. We will also give, like our purpose is to ease the preparation for you guys. So whatever we will be using for teaching the content of MPSC, those same content, those same handouts we will provide you so that you need not refer different content. We are learning from the same content, same handouts in the class, as well as you are revising from the same handouts after you are done with the classes or just before going for the exam. Now MPSC exam is scheduled on the 31st of May and our UPSC exam is scheduled on 24th of May. So you have a 1 week gap for preparing or revising for the MPSC. So you all know you cannot prepare within 1 week, and that too the factual portions of every subject. It is very difficult, and if you want to have a parity or competition with the MPSC preparation students, then you need to prepare these topics from now itself so that you will be able to revise them quickly within a week. For that revision also we will conduct marathon classes, but if you study these MPSC specific subjects and topics from now itself, every week 4 hours you need to give, then you will be better prepared to fill that gap of 20 to 25 marks. We all know that students preparing for the UPSC and attempting MPSC as a backup plan or as another practice, they fall short of the cutoff. Why? Because UPSC preparation helps them to get average score of 80 to 90, but we all see that because of factual nature of the questions and because of the ability of the MPSC specific students to know those factual questions, they easily score more than 120 plus marks. Most of the students from Pune and those students from preparing Maharashtra, they called us and told us that they were easily scoring 120 plus, 130 plus. Some of those students are taking our help in daily answer writing for the MPSC mains exam, because classes in Pune, they are not habitual of the intricacies and details of answer writing. They don't know how to prepare for the subjective phase of the MPSC mains exam, right? So but main competition for UPSC preparing candidates from Delhi, it lies in having an edge or having a competition at the prelims level exam. If you are able to crack the prelims level exam, then definitely you will have edge in the mains exam, because you know the concepts, you know the subjective pattern of the syllabus. Okay, so along with the MPSC specific handouts or content, we will also arrange MPSC test series come practice questions for you. Those questions will be mostly factual in nature, and those questions will be replication of how MPSC asks questions in the Rajpatrit Seva exams or Rajya Seva exams. So here the practice is also you are getting. Now the program is under the expert guidance of Adesh Mule sir, Director of IS Delhi Institute, Aditya Sonune sir, that is myself, and Gajanan sir. Okay, then what is the main purpose of our program, MPSC Bridge program? We are going to cover every subject from the MPSC point of view or MPSC lens. So comprehensive coverage of every subject will be there. First subject will be general science. Now the emphasis here is on general science, not science and technology. Science and technology questions are asked in the UPSC, but MPSC focuses on general science basic questions. Questions from physics are asked, questions from biology are asked. Within biology, questions from botany and questions from zoology are asked. Like for example, questions on digestive system, questions on nervous system, questions on reproductive system, etc. Such specific questions are asked. So you should not only know about the organs, but also the constituents of the organs. You should know the difference between tissues and other concepts, etc. Okay. Also in physics, they ask questions not only on the physical phenomenon, but also some problems are asked, okay, based on formulas. So if you are from engineering background, or if you have studied science in 11th 12th, so you might recollect vaguely, but you are not able to recollect exact formula. So, and apart from that, formulas of chemistry, then chemical reactions, etc., then organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, such concepts are asked. So most important subject will be, we will cover general science for you in entirety, physics, chemistry and biology, all the three subjects. The emphasis here will be on the general science, not on science and technology, because science and technologies anyways you are reading for the UPSC exams, right? So even if one or two questions from science and technology are asked broadly, so you will be able to tackle them, but you won't be able to tackle the general science questions. Okay? From general science, 20 questions are asked in MPSC. So that is why this is most important portion of the syllabus for the MPSC prelims Rajpatrit Seva exam. Okay? 20 questions, at least 20 questions. The quota is fixed. So in that manner, MPSC is, predictable. Every year they are asking 20 questions on this general science, and within those 20 questions, 4 to 5 questions are problems. Okay? If you learn the formulas, you can directly calculate and derive the answer. 15 are theoretical general science questions and 5 are problem based questions, right? And within those 15 or 20 questions, actually biology has more questions and physics and chemistry has 7 questions. Okay? Not 7 5 to 6 questions are there. Biology has more number of questions. Within biology, the focus is more on health and diseases topic. Okay? Okay. Next, apart from the general science, we will cover the history, in which MPSC separately asks questions on the social and religious reformers of Maharashtra. What is common in MPSC and UPSC? The modern Indian history and freedom struggle, that is common. So that anyways you are going to prepare for the UPSC. Then ancient and culture is also common. But every year at least 3 to 4 questions are asked on the social and religious reformers of Maharashtra, which you are not able to attempt accurately. For example, Nana Jagannath Shankar Seth. Okay? For example, Veer Savarkar. So they will ask questions which you have not read anywhere. So they will go into details. For example, now in UPSC we study Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, but only main contributions we study. But in context of Maharashtra, questions are asked differently. ठीक है, names of the schools are asked, dates are asked, his association with other organizations are asked, who helped him in the Satyashodhak Samaj, etc. Those personalities' names are asked. So how would you know their names? So those gray areas which we will cover. So all the social and religious reformers of Maharashtra, from Maharashtra point of view, we will cover. Okay? And for the today's demo class, for today's demo seminar, we have kept this topic, the socio-religious reformers of Maharashtra. Few of them we will cover today as a demo, and from next class we will start full classes, 4 hours classes. Okay? Then geography of Maharashtra. So geography of Maharashtra is asked differently. For example, if UPSC mentions physical geography of India, and UPSC and MPSC common syllabus is physical geography. Okay? So when UPSC asks questions, it asks questions on main rivers, main mountains, main passes, etc. But MPSC will ask questions on the rivers of Maharashtra, their tributaries. We don't know, or it hasn't given in the NCERTs. So we need to prepare them separately. Okay? Also, like for example in UPSC we have a theme that the cities which are located on the rivers, those cities are asked sometimes in the match the pair questions. So similarly, Maharashtra cities and Maharashtra towns are different, which are located on the tributaries. So you don't know the names of the tributaries in Maharashtra, how will you locate the cities, etc. Okay? Then some religious places or spiritual places are also located. So geography of Maharashtra will cover from Maharashtra point of view. Environment is common for UPSC, MPSC. So we won't focus much on environment, and anyways MPSC doesn't ask more than 5 questions in Rajya Seva on environment. Only 5 questions, and those questions are very easy, very generic. So focus will lie on geography of Maharashtra, right? Then MPSC specific current affairs, at least 15 questions are asked, and that current affairs is totally different. In UPSC, we mainly focus on national and international scene, and that too main events. But in MPSC, they focus on factual nature of questions from current affairs, like sports, who won which awards. Okay? Then names of the personalities, their jersey numbers. So anything they can ask. Okay? Then persons in news for some reasons, for obituaries, for different awards, persons are in news. For example, who were appointed as the head of the Finance Commission, who was the latest Supreme Court judge, or who became latest Chief Justice of India. Their names they might ask. Okay? So persons in news, sports, awards, these are the important themes which MPSC asks. For example, names of the Nobel laureates, and in which area or in which sector they got the Nobel Prize. So exact names you need to remember, and their key contribution you need to remember. But for example in UPSC, they will ask question, they won't ask question on who got the Nobel Prize, they will ask question on their innovation or their creativity. Okay? For example, they will ask question on some patent, or they will ask question on for example some economic criteria which was given Nobel. Okay? Then Indian economy. So basically Indian economy also, it is similar in UPSC or MPSC, but here it is highly likely that this year MPSC might start asking questions on the Maharashtra specific economy, Maharashtra's economic survey of India, Maharashtra's budget, Maharashtra's different schemes for the welfare of different citizens of India. For example, Ladli Bahin Yojana. Okay? So then we should be aware of such schemes. Okay? Then Indian polity. So how MPSC asks different questions on Indian polity? It asks questions directly on the article numbers, which we usually do not focus while preparing the Lakshmikant, which we do not focus while preparing the polity for UPSC. So article numbers are asked. For example, they will ask you the article numbers of the directive principles of state policy. But UPSC asks whether this is the provision of directive principles or fundamental duties or fundamental rights. Simple questions are asked. But here they will give you, for example, article numbers, and then they will ask whether these articles lie in Gandhian principles or socialistic principle. You should know article numbers as it is. So that we will be focusing upon. And second area, MPSC Rajya Seva exams or Rajpatrit Seva exams, they focus is Panchayati Raj institutions and municipalities. So exact questions on the developments from 1992 in Maharashtra is asked, and how the Jilla Parishads, Panchayati Raj institutions and Gram Sabhas in Maharashtra are different from those in the entire country in the functional manner. Okay? So these are the areas, these are the subjects which we are going to cover throughout our course on MPSC Bridge course or SETU course. Okay? Now what are the additional features, what are the additional things which we curate through this course? First of all, there will be special emphasis on the MPSC specific pattern, MPSC specific questions. Okay? Whatever UPSC teaches you, you have already covered that throughout your UPSC preparation, and the gaps we need to fulfill by focusing only on the MPSC pattern and MPSC type of questions, which is largely factual in nature, that we know. Second, I will be teaching you the PYQ aptitude and logical elimination techniques. For example, in MPSC, most of the questions, let's say match the pair question is there. If you are able to eliminate one option, you directly get the answer. Okay? In most of the options. Okay? So such PYQ aptitude and logical elimination techniques we will see. For UPSC it is different, but because MPSC asks factual questions, we need to learn the PYQ aptitude and logical elimination in MPSC exams differently. So through the practice questions, we will be teaching you that. Within the class also, after handouts, I will be taking some questions and I will be helping you to identify the PYQ aptitude and how you could have solved that question by logical elimination or by applying some tricks. Okay? Knowledge will play its part, but you cannot know everything. So after a point of time, you should have such elimination techniques and PYQ aptitude in mind, so that you score more and your net score is more than your peers, right? Because let me tell you frankly, if you are able to, like those candidates who are preparing for UPSC since 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, if they are able to clear the prelims of Rajya Seva, definitely they are going to have an edge over the only MPSC preparing students. Why? Because the MPSC preparing students, they don't have any knowledge of subjective matter. They are not aware about the intricacies of answer writing. Okay? So initially also for the first 2-3 years, MPSC will ask straightforward questions, and since you have the habit of preparing thoroughly, conceptually as well as descriptive manner, so you will be able to write better answers, right? Because also in Delhi we have the culture of daily answer writing practice, right? In the foundation classes also, the focus is on both the descriptive and objective pattern, but in the MPSC classes in Pune, the focus lies largely on the objective pattern, which they are trying to learn, they are trying to change. But this is your chance. For 1 to 3 years, you can get an advantage by cracking the prelims and easily clear the mains exam. Okay? And this you will see in this year's mains exam, you will see that questions are very straightforward, and anybody who has just written the answers well or average answers, he or she will get selected. Why? Because comparative competition will be very less, right? Because the MPSC preparing students, they are not at all habitual with the subjective pattern. Second reason is, only those candidates have cleared prelims this time or would have cleared prelims this time, result is yet to come, who have larger factual knowledge. So it is easy for them to cross 120, 130 plus cutoff, but it will be difficult for them to write answers on the subjective questions, right? Fees. Then next is thematic PYQ coverage of MPSC Rajya Seva plus combined exam. So I have told you, after the class is done, we will take some practice PYQs so that you understand on which themes MPSC frequently asks questions and how you tackle those questions. Questions we will borrow mostly from the Rajya Seva and few questions from combined exam also. Okay? Because questions are interchanged in those exams. This year's combined exam was more difficult than the Rajya Seva exam. Okay? So we will borrow questions from both so that you know which questions and from which theme questions are asked, and you know which theme you should give relative importance upon and which themes you can neglect or give less importance. What we do usually, we focus on every subject, every topic equally, but that's not going to be fetching more score for you. You need to be very smart about devoting your time in preparing different subjects, different topics. That we also are doing in the UPSC Prelims Pro program with PYQs. So in last 5 sessions, we have helped students understand which are the relatively important topics in different subjects. For example, we are taking polity. In Lakshmikant's yesterday or the day before yesterday only, we took session on parliament. So in parliament, only few areas are focused more, like first, the sessions of the parliament. Second, the different types of bills. Within bills, money bill is more focused. Then second, financial bills. Then third, private bills. After that, elections to the houses of the people and house of elections to the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and after candidates are elected to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, elections of deputy speaker and speaker. It is more focused theme. Questions are repeatedly asked on that. Okay? Then after that, collective and individual privileges, that is a common theme. Okay? So these themes are repeated. So you should understand which themes UPSC asks frequently, which themes MPSC asks frequently, and accordingly you can devote your time. Okay? It will help you fetch more marks, increase your net score. Apart from that, we are going to give you dedicated mentorship support. Me, Adesh sir and Gajanan sir, all three of us will be here available for the mentorship. Okay? Even throughout the week you study something related to MPSC, you can come to us and you can ask your difficulty. We will address that difficulty. Also after the class, we can have some discussion overall the general preparation and which topics you feel difficult and how to tackle them. Okay? Also regarding any UPSC preparation, you can ask us difficulty, that we will address. And after that, it is very difficult for students of UPSC to prepare MPSC, especially when the exam approaches. Why it is difficult? Because students are always confused whether to attempt the MPSC exam or not, and if to attempt, how to prepare it differently, how much time to devote to which subject. So that we will help you with in schedule and mindset management. MPSC exam needs different mindset, and UPSC exam needs different mindset. So we will help you how to collate or how to converge the mindsets needed for cracking both UPSC exams and MPSC exams. Okay? For example, one of my students, he gave 4 consecutive mains. He is from Uttar Pradesh. He gave 4 consecutive mains, and after 4th mains he was very disheartened ki sir, I am feeling very saturated. I don't know whether to leave UPSC, whether to go back to the job, or whether to go for the UPPSC exam because I need a career backup, etc. And I was in touch with him since last 2 years, since last 2 mains. So last year's mains answers I have observed, and this year we monitored his answers through regular evaluation and regular mentoring. So this year's his answers quality was definitely more, but as a student you are always confused and you are always doubting yourself. So I had assured him that this time he will definitely clear mains, and since mains was over, I suggested him to go for the UPPSC also. Okay, like before UPSC mains, UPPSC prelims had conducted. Now this time he has cleared both UPSC mains interview he has given, and he also cleared UPPSC mains. Only last week result came UPPSC mains ka. So he is appearing for both the interviews, and before his results are out, I am guaranteeing in front of you, I am telling at least in one exam he is going to be selected. Also he is giving third exam, now he is in confidence. So IB exam है ना, ACIO I think, so that exam also he is giving and he will crack it. Okay, so that confidence you need to gather, because we all know no matter how much dedicated we are for particular exam, but if that exam is not getting cleared within 2, 3, 4 years, we get worried, because we need career security, we need stability. And that level of confidence, that level of stability, if you are sure with one exam or if you have gained post in one exam, that is altogether different, because then you don't need to worry about your future, you have some backup ready, then you can wholeheartedly prepare for the similar exams. And why we are focusing on both UPSC and MPSC exams? Because the syllabus is strictly same, only the MPSC specific different topics we need to cover separately, that we will help you cover in this course. Fees we have kept very reasonable. Earlier we have kept fees 5,000, but most of the students approached us, so for the students benefit and for making it more affordable, we have kept fees only 3,000, right? You can register or take admission, or for any queries you can contact IS Delhi Institute office in Old Rajendra Nagar behind Madonna Hotel, or you can contact Aditya sir or Gajanan sir. Okay, now let's start with the demo, and first topic is Social and Religious Reformers of Maharashtra. Okay, handout? Yeah, handout will be given after every class. Okay, this is a first session, this is a demo session. So from the next week, from next Saturday, whenever we are going to conduct the classes, you will be given handouts, and from the same handouts will revise also and prepare also, right? आज बस हम कुछ सोशल रिलीजियस रिफॉर्मर्स देखेंगे फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ डेमो एंड फॉर यू टू सी द कंटेंट. ठीक है, सो in history this is the most important topic on which definitely 3 or 4 questions are asked every year. 3 or 4 questions is not a joke, it's 8 to 10 marks. ठीक है, social reformers of Maharashtra, most important personality is Jagannath Shankar Seth, or he was also known as Nana Shankar Seth. So the questions are asked on Jagannath Shankar Seth, Nana Shankar Seth. So we are articulating or we are framing the content in such a way that only by revising and reading this content you can answer all the questions on that particular personality. ठीक है, so while framing that content, most of the questions of MPSC, Rajya Seva and combined exam and other online resources were referred. ठीक है, so you need not go beyond this, right? First contribution, he opened Elphinstone College in Mumbai. Second, he was a member of Board of Education, that too in Mumbai. Then he played a key role in establishing Mumbai University. He also supported a British officer, John Malcolm, in abolishing the practice of sati. So now by seeing the contribution, we see that Jagannath Shankar Seth or Nana Shankar Seth was involved in the reform of educational sector and also the social sector by abolishing practice of sati. I will repeat, Nana Jagannath Shankar Seth opened Elphinstone College. He was a member of Board of Education. He played a key role in establishing the Mumbai University, and he supported John Malcolm in abolishing the practice of sati. 3 personalities played a key role in abolishing the practice of sati or petitioning Britishers repeatedly for abolishing the practice of sati. Who were those 3 personalities? First one was Nana Jagannath Shankar Seth. Second was Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, and third was from West Bengal. Can you guess the name? Yeah, Raja Ram Mohan Rai. After that, one more personality was there. What was his name? He was a professor. बता सकते हैं कोई? वेस्ट बंगाल से थे वो, एंड ही प्लेड अ की रोल इन वुमेन्स एजुकेशन एज वेल एज विडो रीमैरिज एज वेल एज अबॉलिशन ऑफ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ, ठीक है, चलो आई एम श्योर यू विल रिकॉल, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस. ही ऑल्सो फाउंडेड बॉम्बे नेटिव एजुकेशन सोसाइटी, बॉम्बे नेटिव एजुकेशन सोसाइटी, ठीक है. देन ही ऑल्सो फिनेंशियली सपोर्टेड द फाउंडेशन ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी. नाउ रिमेंबर दिस स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी, this students literary and scientific society is a favorite theme or favorite topic of MPSC, on which frequently questions are asked ki who set the students literary foundation society, who provide financial support, which were the subsets of students literary and foundation society, ठीक है, which were the Marathi organizations associated with students literary and foundation society, etc. ठीक है. So he founded Bombay Native Education Society and financially supported the foundation of Students Literary and Scientific Society. Also they might ask questions ki in question they will give regarding Students Literary and Scientific Society which of the following is correct, and they will ask all the personalities associated with the Students Literary and Scientific Society. ठीक है. Next, his associated movements or legacy. He was a member of Mumbai legislature. So this is important facts. All these are facts, but in MPSC facts are more important. Second, Acharya Atre. What Acharya Atre said about him is Nana was uncrowned emperor of Mumbai, and it has been asked in MPSC questions. This quote Acharya Atre said about Nana Shankar Seth that Nana was uncrowned emperor of Mumbai. ठीक है. So let's revise the contributions of Jagannath Shankar Seth again. He opened Elphinstone College. Then he contributed to the membership of the Board of Education. He established a Mumbai University and he supported John Malcolm in abolition of practice of sati. ठीक है. Then also he founded Bombay Native Education Society, provided financial support to the Students Literary and Scientific Society, and for his contributions he was called by Acharya Atre as uncrowned emperor of Mumbai. And in legislative sphere he was a member of Mumbai legislature. ठीक है. Let's see the next personality, Acharya Bal Shastri Jambekar. Now in UPSC you might have known one contribution of Acharya Bal Shastri Jambekar, that is नील दर्पण, है ना. इतना ही पता है हमको आचार्य बाल शास्त्री जांबेकर के बारे में, बाकी कुछ नहीं. बट एमपीएससी गोज मच बियॉन्ड दैट. ठीक है. आचार्य बाल शास्त्री जांबेकर ही कंडक्टेड द प्यूरिफिकेशन ऑफ श्रीपाद शेषाद्री परळीकर फ्रॉम द कस्टडी ऑफ क्रिश्चियन मिशनरीज. सो क्रिश्चियन मिशनरीज had converted Shripad Sheshadri Parlikar into Christianity, but Acharya Bal Shastri Jambekar reconverted him into Hinduism or conducted the purification of, this name is important, Shripad Sheshadri Parlikar. ठीक है. So at that time the activities of Christian missionaries and missionary schools were dominant and the proselytizing activities are also dominant. That is why the social reformers tried to maintain balance between Hinduism and the rational thoughts of other religions like Christianity and Parsism. ठीक है. Then the Bombay Native General Library he established. Also he established Native Improvement Society. नाम बहुत अच्छे से याद रखना. Bombay Native General Library, Native Improvement Society, and which was a part of Native Improvement Society, Students Literary and Scientific Society. आ गया एसोसिएशन वापस. तो आई टोल्ड यू स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है. तो नेटिव इंप्रूवमेंट सोसाइटी इसका पार्ट था स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी. ठीक है. और उसके अंडर था उसका मराठी जो ऑफशूट था वो कौन सा था, उपयुक्त ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा. उपयुक्त ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा वॉज द ऑफशूट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी. तो सबसे ऊपर कौन है, सबसे पहले नेटिव इंप्रूवमेंट सोसाइटी स्टैब्लिश हुई, उसके नीचे फिर स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी और उसका मराठी ऑफशूट था उपयुक्त ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा. ठीक है. देन Let's see some important contributions. He started the newspaper दर्पण in मराठी. ठीक है, इसको नील दर्पण भी बोलते हैं, तो दर्पण वॉज इन मराठी. ठीक है. ऑन जनवरी 6, 1832 एंड वीकली दिग्दर्शन. तो हमको सिर्फ दर्पण पता है, तो ही ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड अ वीकली वंस ही वो पब्लिश होता था, विच वॉज नेम्ड एज दिग्दर्शन. ठीक है, दिग्दर्शन. फर्स्ट, ही वॉज द फर्स्ट इंडियन टू पब्लिश रिसर्च पेपर्स इन द एशियाटिक सोसाइटीज जर्नल. ठीक है, हु वॉज which Asiatic Society was the first society established by the Britishers for suggesting reforms in Hindu religion etc. ठीक है. Also he was the first person to print researched edition of Jnaneshwari in 1845. ठीक है. So these facts are asked and that's why I have compiled them here. His other books were शून्य लाब्धी, then हिंदुस्तानचा इतिहास एंड सर संग्रह. ठीक है, कौन से बुक्स थे? शून्य लाब्धी, हिंदुस्तानचा इतिहास एंड सर संग्रह. ठीक है. ही वॉज नोन एज फादर ऑफ मराठी जर्नलिज्म. मराठी जर्नलिज्म इनके साथ शुरू हुआ, आचार्य बाळ शास्त्री जांभेकर. ठीक है, और इससे भी आप नाम याद कर सकते हैं, जांभेकर लॉजिक, जांभेकर जांभळा रंग नील दर्पण. ठीक है, लॉजिकली याद रहेगा. ठीक है, तो ऐसे कुछ लॉजिक्स हम ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम क्लासेस के थ्रू डेवलप करते रहेंगे. कैसी है? ऐसी चीज़ें थोड़ी सी फनी भी होती है, बट याद रखने के लिए इतिहास में, हिस्ट्री में, आर्ट एंड कल्चर में ये चीज़ें बहुत काम आती है. ठीक है. देन दैट इज वाई जनवरी 6 इज सेलिब्रेटेड एज जर्नलिस्ट डे और पत्रकार दिन इन महाराष्ट्र, बिकॉज उनको हम मराठी जर्नलिज्म का फादर बोलते हैं, तो उनके नाम पे हम जनवरी 6 एक पत्रकार दिन या फिर जर्नलिज्म डे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये भी हायरार्की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. नेटिव इंप्रूवमेंट सोसाइटी, उसके नीचे स्टूडेंट लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी, उसके नीचे उपयुक्त ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा. और स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी को फाइनेंशियल हेल्प किसने की थी? नाना जगन्नाथ शंकर शेठ. ठीक है, तो ये याद रखना. ठीक है, और ये सिर्फ इन्होंने किया था, इसलिए इसके लिए भी क्वेश्चंस आए हैं. ठीक है, शेषाद्री पराड़ीकर को उन्होंने वापस हिंदुइज्म में लाया था. बुक्स कौन से? शून्य लाब्धी, हिंदुस्तान का इतिहास और सर संग्रह. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट पर्सनालिटी इज रामचंद्र विठल लाड और डॉक्टर भाऊ दाजी लाड. डॉक्टर भाऊ दाजी लाड वॉज एसोसिएटेड विथ सत्यशोधक समाज और महात्मा ज्योतिबा फुले. ठीक है, देखते हैं. ही वॉज द फर्स्ट प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ नेटिव ओरिजिन्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी. थर्ड पर्सनैलिटी एसोसिएटेड विथ स्टूडेंट्स लिटरेरी एंड साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी. ठीक है. देन ही डेवलप्ड ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा एट एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज इन 1848. नाउ हु हेल्प्ड इन फाउंडेशन ऑफ एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज? नाना जगन्नाथ शंकर शेठ. तो ऐसे रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग के थ्रू भी हम रिवाइज करेंगे क्लास में. आप 2-3 बार 4 बार रिपीट करोगे तो वैसे ही याद हो जाएगा वो. ठीक है. सो ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा इन्होंने फाउंड की एट एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज. ठीक है. ऐसा भी पूछ सकते हैं कि एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज देंगे मैच द पेयर्स में, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर एसोसिएटेड विथ ईच अदर. तो ऐसे भी पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है. ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा. देन एस्टैब्लिश द बॉम्बे एसोसिएशन एंड द बॉम्बे ब्रांच ऑफ ईस्ट इंडियन एसोसिएशन. कौन कौन सी? बॉम्बे एसोसिएशन. दीज वी स्टडी इन द स्पेक्ट्रम दैट प्री कांग्रेस एसोसिएशन हम स्टडी करते हैं, उसमें बॉम्बे एसोसिएशन एंड बॉम्बे ईस्ट एसोसिएशन और ईस्ट इंडियन एसोसिएशन. एंड इसमें जो बंगाली थे सुरेंद्रनाथ बैनर्जी वगैरह, उनका भी रोल था. ठीक है. ओके. नाउ ही अपोज्ड लाइसेंस बिल एज इट अफेक्टेड द ट्रेड एंड बिजनेस एडवर्सली. लाइसेंस बिल इंट्रोड्यूस किया था ब्रिटिशर्स ने, बट उसका नुकसान हो रहा था इंडियन ट्रेडर्स को, इंडियन बिजनेसमैन को, तो इसलिए इसने उनको अपोज किया. ही अपोज द लाइसेंस बिल. और एक फैक्ट है, ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा वॉज ब्रॉट अप इन 1848 बाय कलेक्टिव एफर्ट्स ऑफ डॉक्टर भाऊदाजी लाड, देन विश्वनाथ मांडलिक एंड गोविंद मडगांवकर. उसके बाद एमजी रानडे ऑल्सो प्रेजेंटेड रिसर्च आर्टिकल इन मीटिंग्स ऑफ दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा. ठीक है. ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा कहाँ पे स्टैब्लिश की गई थी? एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज में, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ भाऊदाजी लाड का रोल नहीं है, और कंट्रीब्यूटर्स भी थे, इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे मेंशन किया है। देवर विश्वनाथ मांडलिक एंड गोविंद मडगांवकर। तो ऐसे देंगे, ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा का नेम देंगे, एंड विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पर्सनालिटीज वेयर एसोसिएटेड विद ज्ञान प्रसारक सभा, ठीक है, राइट। या फिर ऐसे और कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाना, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग प्लेसेस और पर्सनालिटीज आर एसोसिएटेड, तो उसमें एल्फिंस्टन कॉलेज भी आ जाएगा और ये नेम भी आ जाएंगे। भाऊदाजी लाड सबको पता रहेगा, बट ये विश्वनाथ मांडलिक एंड गोविंद मडगांवकर ये सबको पता नहीं रहेगा। एज वेल एज एम.जी. रानडे, महादेव गोविंद रानडे वॉज ऑल्सो एसोसिएटेड विद दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिकॉज ही प्रेजेंटेड रिसर्च पेपर्स और मीटिंग्स, ठीक है। सो दिस इज अबाउट ऑल्सो वन important scientific contribution. He invented medicine for leprosy. What is leprosy? कुष्ठ रोग, ठीक है। कुष्ठ रोग के एसोसिएटेड बहुत टबूज थे महाराष्ट्र में और पूरे इंडिया में, बट फिर उस पर काम किया मदर तेरेसा ने। हमारे महाराष्ट्र में जो बाबा आमटे हैं, उनके जो बेटे वगैरह है, उन्होंने भी बहुत काम किया, ठीक है। तो अभी उसके लिए इतना टबू नहीं है। देन नेक्स्ट पर्सनैलिटी इज दादोबा पांडुरंग तरखड़कर, ठीक है। दादोबा पांडुरंग तरखड़कर, ही एक्टेड बिटवीन 1814 एंड 1882। ही प्रमोटेड वुमेन्स एजुकेशन। सो देखो हमने कैटेगराइजेशन कैसे किया है, जनरल कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, इस पे भी क्वेश्चन आता है, स्पेसिफिक कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, देन सोशो रिलीजियस कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड सम साइंटिफिक और अदर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस, ठीक है। प्रमोटेड वुमेन्स एजुकेशन एंड एंटी कास्ट व्यूज प्लस लिंग्विस्टिक वर्क्स। ही वॉज अ फाउंडर ऑफ मानव धर्म सभा, ठीक है। मानव धर्म सभा किसके साथ, सिर्फ इन्होंने अकेले ने नहीं बनाया। ही वॉज अ फाउंडर ऑफ मानव धर्म सभा विथ दुर्गाराम मंचराम एंड दिनमणि शंकर दड़पत्रे, ठीक है। किस किस के साथ, दुर्गाराम मंचराम एंड दिनमणि शंकर दड़पत्रे इन 1844 इन सूरत में स्टैब्लिश किया था उन्होंने मानव धर्म सभा, इन दोनों के साथ। किनके साथ, दुर्गाराम मंचराम एंड दिनमणि शंकर। ही वॉज अ फाउंडर ऑफ परमहंस सभा। पहली कौन सी थी, मानव धर्म सभा, दूसरी कौन सी थी, परमहंस सभा, ठीक है। तो याद कैसे करोगे, दादोबा आइए सभा को बैठिए, ठीक है। मतलब अपने अपने कुछ ना कुछ किंवा दादा या सभेला बसा, ठीक आहे. किंवा दादा सभा घ्यायची का असं काहीतरी. दादा सभा तो ठीक है, वो तो अच्छे से याद रहेगा. दादा सुबह से 4-5 बजे से सभा लेना शुरू कर देते थे, ठीक है, लोगों के प्रॉब्लम्स, लोगों के ग्रीवांसेस सॉल्व करने के लिए. तो ये बेटर याद रहेगा, ठीक है. दादा की सभा, दादांची सभा, ठीक है. सो ही वॉज अ फाउंडर ऑफ परमहंस सभा एंड मानव धर्म सभा. मानव धर्म सभा बाकी 2 लोगों के साथ की थी. परमहंस सभा विथ भिकोबा चौहान, राम बालकृष्ण जयकर इन 1849 इन मुंबई. तो एक सूरत में की, एक मुंबई में की. सूरत में कौन सी की, मानव धर्म सभा, एंड यहाँ पे मुंबई में कौन सी की, परमहंस सभा. तो परमहंस सभा, परमहंस मंडली में कंफ्यूज मत होना, वो अलग है, ठीक है. उसके बाद भगवान वो रामकृष्ण परमहंस वो और अलग है, ठीक है. तो परमहंस सभा विथ, अब जैसे ऑप्शंस में देंगे, जिसने अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ा है तो डेफिनेटली वो परमहंस जो है तो उनके साथ एसोसिएट करेगा कि अपना ही नाम शायद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को दिया होगा. तो परमहंस सभा बाय भिकोबा चौहान, राम बालकृष्ण जयकर एंड अवर दादोबा पांडुरंग तरखड़कर, ठीक है. देन ही ऑल्सो गेव धर्म विवेचन और रिलीजियस क्रिटिक. धर्म विवेचन, उनके रिलीजियस क्रिटिक का नाम उन्होंने धर्म विवेचन रखा था. विवेचन मतलब विचार वगैरह करना उस पर. एंड ऑल्सो परमहंस माता प्रशंसा, ठीक है. इन्हीं के बैनर के अंडर, या फिर जो हमारा परमहंस सभा है उसी के बैनर के अंडर परमहंस माता प्रशंसा वॉज गिवन बाय गजाबा जोशी पुणेकर. परमहंस ये तो याद रहेगा. तो परमहंस सभा के बैनर के अंडर ही परमहंस माता प्रशंसा वॉज गिवन बाय गजाबा जोशी पुणेकर, ठीक है. तो कैसे याद रखोगे कि जोशी बुआ या फिर पुणेकर यूजुअली खुद की प्रशंसा करते रहते हैं, है ना. एक्सपीरियंस बेस भी आपको ये पता है, ठीक है. याद रखने के लिए भी आसान हो जाएगा. या फिर जोशी बुआ खुद की तारीफ करते रहते हैं, प्रशंसा करते रहते हैं। देन विचार लहरी, मतलब देखो इनका मेंटल डेलिब्रेशन या क्रिटिसिज्म या फिर विचार विवेचन पे ज़्यादा फोकस है इनका, ठीक है, किनका, अपना जो परमहंस सभा का है, ठीक है। विचार लहरी वॉज रिटन बाय कृष्ण शास्त्री चिपळूणकर, ठीक है, विचार लहरी वॉज रिटन बाय कृष्ण शास्त्री चिपळूणकर, ठीक है। फॉलोअर्स ऑफ सक्त सेक्ट कौन थे, मोरभात दांडेकर, ठीक है। इन्हीं के अंडर एक सब सेक्ट तैयार हो गया था विच वॉज सक्त सेक्ट, मतलब सख्ती बरतनी है खुद पे, ठीक है, सख्त रहना है, तो मोरभात दांडेकर, ठीक है। मोरभात यहाँ पे ऐसे याद रख सकते हो कि मैं डंडे की चोट पे बोलता हूँ कि मैं सख्त रहूँगा, ठीक है, कुछ भी मतलब चिपळून कर, तो मैं पळून में विचार करता हूँ, ठीक है। यहाँ पे अवर पर्पज इज नॉट टू डिग्रेड एनीवन और नॉट टू डिफेम एनीवन, वी आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू हेल्प स्टूडेंट्स टू रिमेंबर द नेम्स, ठीक है। सो नो ऑफेंस, ठीक है। सो ऐसे कुछ याद कर सकते हैं। ये पर्सनैलिटीज पे भी एक दो बार क्वेश्चंस आए हैं। कौन कौन, परमहंस माता प्रशंसा वॉज रिटन बाय गजाबा जोशी पुणेकर, ठीक है, खुद की प्रशंसा, पुणेकर खुद की प्रशंसा करते हैं। देन विचार लहरी वॉज रिटन बाय कृष्ण शास्त्री चिपळूणकर, पळून विचार केला। अँड फॉलोअर्स ऑफ सक्त सेक्ट, तो इट वॉज रिटन बाय मोरभात दांडेकर, ठीक है, तो डंडे के चोट पे सख्त रहेंगे। ही रिफॉर्म्ड रिलीजियस customs of Hindus and also he promoted Western liberalism. What is liberalism? Liberal ideologies and thoughts, ठीक है। Plus he is known as grammarian और पाणिनि of Marathi, very important contribution, ठीक है। He is known as grammarian और पाणिनि of Marathi, तो दादोबा पांडुरंग तरखड़कर को ग्रामरियन और पाणिनि ऑफ मराठी और बालशास्त्री जांबेकर को क्या बोला जाता था, मराठी पत्रकार के फादर, ठीक है, फादर ऑफ मराठी जर्नलिज्म, राइट। देन ही डेल्ट विथ भिल कम्युनिटी अपराइजिंग एज अ डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर एट सूरत। सो आपको ये भी पता है सूरत से एसोसिएटेड कैसे थे, एज अ डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर, ठीक है। ही वॉज अ डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर इन सूरत एंड डेल्ट कम्युनिटी अपराइजिंग एज अ डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर इन सूरत। ही इज नोन एज ग्रामरियर और पाणिनि ऑफ मराठी, ठीक है। ओके, सो in this fashion we are going to take every topic of the MPSC Bridge course of or MPSC SETU course, in which we will not only give you a detailed compiled information on each and every topic, we will also help you memorize or understand here only and also revise within the same class, ठीक है। That's our motto, that you continue with UPSC studies and you just come to our class for 4 hours a week and your MPSC content will be done and dusted here, ठीक है। So that's all for today, thank you.